One thing I find interesting since I've started working with you guys is that you not only offer a traditional blend, but you offer a grain-free blend. So there's two. How do people know which one to choose? But also, why do you do one with grains and one without?
Yeah, great question. I suppose, they both marry perfectly with the real food movement. The natural philosophy is carried through both of these ranges, but grain-free, I suppose, is kind of that next step for those who are really invested in the nutrient story and the ingredient story. It's kind of, that next step up in, I suppose, being quite discerning. So grain-free looks to hold back on certain ingredients, because we know that some of our dogs do respond much better to a diet which is free of wheat, free of oats, free of barley, free of rice and corn. And we sub out those carbohydrate sources and put the likes of potato, sweet potato, tapioca, which have a great fiber blend. They might be a little bit kind of lower GI to relate it to human health. And once again, back-end performance is quite often better with these grain-free products. It marries also with a little bit of a higher protein content, which makes it more palatable and supports our body. But really, kind of in a nutshell, which is probably where I should keep it, it's for those owners who not only care about what's put in their dog's food, but have like a more discerning approach to nutrition.
I think what I love is that whether it's grain-free or not grain-free, Black Hawk food doesn't have any fillers. So it's soy-free, and also there's nothing else in there that could be harmful or inflammatory to the dog, which I think is fantastic. So people who aren't sure, they can try their dog on both and see what type of response their animal has.
And I'd say both of these ranges, both the original and the grain-free, you should be able to flip the packet over, understand that ingredient list, relate ideally to one or two of them, if not all of them. Be happy to put them in your own basket and go home and feed your kids the same ingredients.
I have to say that's what I love. When I first read the ingredient list of the Black Hawk range, I was like, hang on, I cook with that. Coconut, I cook with that. Oh, hang on, fresh herbs, I use that. Parsley, okay, spinach. This all sounds really like everyday food. And isn't it funny that we've gone so far on the spectrum in life that we ever got to a point where we weren't feeding our animals a certain way, that we've had to almost come full circle. Now what we're doing is leading the force for the real food movement for pets, right? It's funny that we should even have to do it, because at the end of the day, shouldn't have we been doing this from day one, just celebrating real food?
Absolutely, as you say, it's almost a return to what's true and what's simple. I mean, that is the magic of these pet foods, in that they are simple in a world where everything else is made much more complex to make it a lot more precise and, dare it be said, very kind of expensive. That simple works, and the performance is there in front of us, and you'll see improvements without a doubt after trying that real food approach.
I'm just happy knowing what I give Chia. If it's good enough for her and good enough for me and vice versa, that makes me content. Because I know when I'm cooking up a dinner as a cook and she's eating the same ingredients, I'm a happy owner and she's a happy, beautiful pet.